YouTube. How y'all doing? Y'all hear Spirit Radio. We got Sending My Love by Janae. Sending their love with a kiss. Sending their love. Because they gotta exercise self-discipline right now in their life. Because they going through some things that may involve them dealing with financial debt. This card says, stuck in a bad routine that hampers your productivity, feeling empowered by choosing sobriety over alcohol. Focus on long-term discipline rather than short-term comfort. At the bottom of the deck here. So somebody's having to work some things out in their life, right? They got to learn some self-discipline. Or they're working on their self-discipline. And they're hoping that if they work on this self-discipline, they'll be able to come back in towards you, collective, for friendship. So while this person works on these things, they're over here sending their love. Because right now, it's a struggle in their life. And they're going through it with somebody else here. Let me say my prayer, y'all. Angels, ancestors, and guides, thank you so much for your covering and your protection as I channel these messages for the collective. Anybody known or unknown sending any negative energy my way, Spirit, return it to the sender 1,000-fold and bind it to him. So mote it be. In the Most High God's name, we pray. Ashe, ashe. See? There's conflict. There's fighting. There's arguments. It's not a good time for somebody. Because they going through some things, like I said. And it looks like they're going through some things with someone else. They're not going through it alone. So this might have been somebody that they were attached to, or could still be attached to, wanting a passionate new beginning, wanting to come put in the work. How y'all doing, collective? Y'all know who it is. You got Stud Style back up in the building. You know, I didn't get a chance to say all that. I just came in all rogue. I told you, somebody wants a passionate new beginning. And they ready to take a leap of faith, y'all. You see that? They ready to take this leap of faith. They said they want to come, I heard Spirit say, running back to you for friendship. They said they need your comfort during this time of financial struggles. Somebody's experiencing a little poverty right now. Money problems. And I said, you know, we seen the conflict, the fighting. This person looks like they going through a lot, right? wanting your comfort. Maybe they've been over here trying to be self-disciplined by staying away from you. But they just can't do it no more. They said they got to come back to you, collective. Can we be friends? Is what I just heard Spirit say. They want to know, can we be friends? Because they see you, collective, with the bag secured. I told you they having some financial situations, financial struggles with them and someone else. Now they said they want to be your friend. Do you want to be their friend, collective? Do you think you could even be their friend after what you've been through with this person? I mean, this could be somebody coming back after being gone for a minute, right? Somebody you haven't talked to in a while. But you know, that's for a reason, right? The reason why you haven't talked to this person in a while. Yeah. Because maybe they chose someone else over you. Maybe they was already with somebody. But not on paper. Maybe they were in a common law situation. You know, because they had children with this person. I mean, I don't know. See? Manipulation. Somebody's been manipulating this person this whole time they've been with them. Upholding your autonomy and rejecting attempts at manipulation. Critically examining sources and refusing to be blindly controlled. Maybe they got somebody manipulating them, talking about, you can trust me, trust me. But things didn't work out over there because now they're having financial problems. They're going through poverty with that Five of Pentacles energy that was on the table, right? Now looking at you, collective, with the bag secured, and they say, you know what, I'm ready to take this leap of faith and see if the collective will at least be my friend. Maybe I can get some money. I'm telling you, look, new beginning. Somebody about to ring your doorbell, huh? They want to restart. They want to start again. Pressing life's reset button and setting new intentions. Gaining fresh perspectives and seeing the world anew. Embracing new beginnings and letting go of the past. But that could be you, right, collective? Maybe you could be on to a new beginning. Maybe you could be this fool taking a leap of faith, saying you don't want the past no more. You on to a passionate new beginning. You might already have someone new that you starting something with. But you got somebody from your past that wants to do the exact same thing. Have a new start, a new beginning. But with you, collective, look at Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. They gave me exactly what I needed. 3 cards. Celebration. Harmony, peace, joy, togetherness, celebration. Celebrate love with simple acts of kindness and give with an open heart, expecting nothing in return. Somebody might see you, collective, celebrating this holiday season. And you got somebody who is across distances from you, wanting to just be with you, collective. This says, the miles may seem vast, but the connection transcends space, and trust that what's meant for you will find its way. Maybe it's something that's meant to be, collective, because y'all see I said that. Certain events are impossible to avoid, and they drastically shape your future. Embrace the uncertainty, knowing that serendipity works in your favor. Wow. This is giving that new love, right? Somebody who could be across the distance from you. Wow. Now we got happy endings with a question mark. But see, doesn't this look like someone else who's still holding this big old heart for you, trying to come in, wanting a happy ending, right when you might have somebody who's across distances from you that you meant to be with? Ooh. The plot thickens. Fatal blow. That's the energy at the bottom of the deck. Wow. This looks like this person who's coming in with their heart might be coming in with the fatal blow, trying to drop that torpedo of death on this new relationship, this new passionate beginning. Danger is the energy at the bottom of the deck. Y'all see that? This card says, the doctrine of mutually assured destruction prevents conflict. Irreversible damage is in sight, and facing the conflict head on could have prevented total destruction. Wow. This is somebody who things are over with, collective, between you and them, because they delivered the fatal blow, right? By choosing that other person. Mutually assured destruction prevents conflict. Something that was mutually agreed well, mutually assured, like on both ends. This was destruction. Y'all coming together, which is why it's being prevented, because you get new love coming in, right, collective? This doctrine of mutually assured destruction, like if y'all two come together, it's gonna be a disaster. Danger, okay? This person that's coming back in your energy will be a fatal blow to you, which is why the happy endings came out with the question mark. Are they really a happy ending for you? Because they're coming in now with all this love? I don't think so. They only coming in because they see you celebrating. You have this jolly old Saint Nick energy now, like you Santa Claus. Maybe they see you like Santa Claus. I don't know. And they hoping that they can come in and now have a happy ending with you. But collective, even this person look like they still got on some armor, right? Still guarded, still protected, still shielded. Purple Flowers by Raheem Devine. That's giving royalty energy. You could be royal, collective. Empress energy. Emperor energy. Sitting on a throne. And you got new love coming in that spirit is sending you, that is giving soulmate energy with the across the distances. You know, y'all could be a cosmic connection, right, collective? Let's see what this says. Right, certain events are impossible to avoid, and they drastically shape your future. Embrace the uncertainty, knowing that serendipity works in your favor. Collective, I think you're going to get that passionate new beginning, but it's not going to be with this person right here. It's going to be with somebody completely new coming in your life, collective. I'm telling you. Because this past person, they already got somebody. They do. They already with somebody, collective. They can't get away from that person. They're attached to a karmic. Yeah. They're attached to a karmic, collective. And they're not happy. They're fighting with the karmic. You know, shit's not good over there. You know, they both out in the cold, going through poverty right now, together with each other. And now you got somebody who's thinking about you, wanting to come back in with all these emotions. I cannot make it up, because they see you in this boss energy. They see you. I just heard the CEO in your life. Priestess. High priestess energy. the CEO of your life. You are in control. So that could also give that emperor energy too, right? In that boss energy. You could be an emperor or an empress. Bossing up. Uh-huh. And you got a divine masculine in your energy. You could be embodying a divine masculine at this time. Y'all got to take it how it resonates. See, that duality. Having your masculine and feminine energies balanced. This card bent out of the deck to come out. This is somebody who is in love with you. They're saying they're in love. Okay. This divine masculine. You got a divine masculine that's in your energy that says they're in love with you. Is it the person that's holding this big old heart? Or is it this soulmate that's coming in from across the distances in your energy? Wow, Spirit, you gave me all these cards for that right there. I'm nosy, y'all. I'm just curious. Wow. Voodoo. Spell work. You see that? Somebody trying to do oh my God. And the death magic. Wow. Somebody trying to do spell work against this connection. Across the distances. Wow. High honor. Wow. Love spell. Oh my God, Spirit, really? Chakras. Priest. Wow. You see that, y'all? You see that? Now we just saw the priestess, right? At the bottom of the deck. I'm trying to remember what card came out with that priestess when I split the deck. What was at the bottom, y'all? Do y'all remember? Oh my God. It happened so fast. Wait a minute. Divine masculine. Okay. I'm getting a whole storyline. I'm getting a whole storyline here. We got somebody who's still in love with you, that wants to come in and celebrate with you. Remember? They want to be your friend. This divine masculine who is a priest energy. The priest is the Hierophant in the tarot. You know, to the high priestess. But this priest may have had some spell work done on them by a voodoo priestess who knew that maybe this was a soulmate connection, a cosmic across the distances, like different lifetimes. You see what I'm saying? Different galaxies ago, y'all had this connection, and this person that they got with was doing death magic on you. And you're somebody of high honor. Maybe this person was supposed to be somebody of high honor. But this voodoo priestess was doing love spells on them and had them imbalanced, not in alignment. But now they are getting in alignment and realizing that they're enamored with you, collective. And this could be a divine masculine. Maybe this fatal blow, I don't know. Could that have been this voodoo priestess still trying to do these death spells? This danger energy? Irreversible, wait a minute. Irreversible damage is in sight, and facing the conflict head on could have prevented total destruction. Facing the conflict head on. Maybe this is somebody who gave their own selves a fatal blow by connecting with this voodoo priestess. Maybe there was a fatal blow to this connection. Wow. Because they got with somebody that was wishing death on you. Maybe at one time they didn't want you to be here either. If this person was an op, right? Had them all imbalanced from all the spell work, all the love spells, all the black magic that got them off balance, which is why now they want to come in and get harmony, peace, joy, togetherness with you. And they want this passionate new beginning with you, High Priestess. Wow, look at when I pull from the top of the deck. This is somebody who could currently be trapped somewhere with somebody, which is why they're going through the the poverty. Yeah, this divine masculine is trying to manifest an earth angel, is what I see at the bottom of the deck. They're trying to manifest you. Wow. Here go the whole story right here at the bottom of the deck. Karmic masculine. Maybe they were a karmic masculine to you. And maybe that could be a new divine masculine once again coming in at the bottom of the deck. Oh, it was that boss. There we go. I remember now. I had to sit here and think about it. I was going through the deck. Remember we saw the high priestess with the boss? And I was like, maybe that's you embodying both your masculine and feminine energy. Remember I said that? But then when I got all of this to come out for this, I'm like, maybe spirit is sending in a boss to a high priestess, because this is somebody that could have been wishing death on you right along with someone else. And that could be the reason why that was the fatal blow to this connection. They were over here doing spell work with a voodoo priestess, to you being somebody of high honor. But you're over here in alignment. And in this priest, high priestess energy. Y'all got to take it how it resonates, because it's a lot coming through on them cards. Ooh. Uh-huh. The trusted card. You're an authority. You're trusted by the divine. You have the divine approval. Like you are, in fact. You could be a priest and a high priestess. This could be, the priest could also be the Hierophant, which could now be that you've learned your lesson. You know, you've learned your lesson from this past person that was doing love spells, maybe to have you come back to them. But you're getting a new love. Man, we cannot make this up. Now we got the protected at the bottom of the deck. Yeah. I think Spirit is trying to show us that you've learned your lesson in this priest energy. Mm-hmm. And you are officially a high-ranking person in the spiritual world. Wow. Which is why you have all this protection from this King of Wands. Somebody who's still very attracted to you. Collective, I'm hearing so many things. It's almost as if Spirit is saying, this past person who's out in the cold with someone else, who's going through poverty, they're stuck with that person because they were in cahoots with this person against you. And that was the final blow, the fatal blow to whatever connection that y'all was supposed to have. Them getting with this person and doing magic to destroy you. But maybe that was because of spell work. They were under spell work. But even though they were under spell work, maybe you were able to get into alignment with the divine. This could be the Most High coming through in this priest energy right here, right? You got in alignment with the divine. And then we get the trusted card that landed on the priest. Okay? There we go. I didn't see the message. Now I see it. Yeah, you got in alignment with the divine. And became an official person. You know, you getting the approval from spirit. And that's why now you're being protected from this person. Wow. And they're being left out in the cold. Even though they want a passionate new beginning with you, they can't have it. Because they did this magic against you to try to take you out. Damn. Ooh. Somebody was trying to take you out, collective. And because they was trying to take you out, that was the fatal blow to this connection. But now we see somebody's enamored by you. See, because maybe the spell work is wearing off on somebody. So see, that's why I was like, there's so many messages coming through, because the divine had to come through with that divine intervention. I see it, Spirit. Landed on the priest. That's Spirit coming in and saying that you're divine. And you will get a happy ending. And you're being protected. Yup. But here we go. Y'all see that? You got somebody that wants to come rushing in this Knight of Swords energy. Somebody wants to come rush in when it just might be too late. The damage is done, right? Irreversible damage. You can't forget what this person did. But they trying to face the conflict head on. Now that the damage is done. Trying to manifest you. Or maybe that could be after doing spell work. Now they want to come racing in. Do something impulsive. Because the spell work didn't work. The spell work ain't working. You over here being protected by the divine. And they over here talking about what's going on. I'm doing all these love spells. The collective ain't coming my way. So now I'm about to come in. But collective, you being protected. Spirit not gonna let this person come towards you. Because they going through some things with a karmic. We seen the conflict, right? The Five of Wands, the fighting, the chaos. Spirit almost wanted me to take those, but it went back. There we go. There we go. There we go. Uh-huh. Justice. Now it fell in my lap. It almost went to the floor. Justice is being served for an earth angel. Y'all see that? Thank you, Spirit. Scales are being balanced for the temperance angel. Didn't I say, look, you got into alignment, and this priest could have been the high priestess, but then that priest also turned into the Hierophant, which the Hierophant is the divine, coming in and saying, you are a divine being. You're getting the stamp of approval from the divine, being somebody of high honor. You're somebody of high honor. You're a high priestess. And you're being protected from this fool that wants to take a leap of faith. They want to come in, like I said, and do something impulsive because they want equal reciprocity now, or they want what you were giving. They want the energy that you give again. They want to come back to the giver. But look at this, y'all. Wow, Spirit been talking in twos with the tarot. Oh, no, threes. Y'all see that card? Wow. You're on your chariot, collective, because this is somebody who's still coming in with an illusion. They're in devil energy. Y'all see this? This devil is still trying to come in with an illusion, which is why you're being protected, collective. Damn. Bottom of the deck. Sun energy. It keeps coming out. You the sun. And someone else is in that devil energy. You are being seen as the light. Someone could just maybe having an awakening. Somebody could be enlightened. I think it's you, collective. You are the enlightened one. You're the sun energy. You know to keep going on this chariot because this is somebody who's still confused, still possibly dealing with multiple options, and still in this devil energy. Collective, I'm going to get a closing message. And I'm going to get out of here because it is late. Okay, y'all? Closing message. Closing messages for the collective spirit. We have honesty. It has always been said that honesty is the best policy. Always remember to be honest with yourself and others. So see, Spirit said, continue to remain in the energy of honesty. You know, being truthful, telling your truth, speaking your truth, standing in your truth, because somebody just might be trying to come in wanting your support. It says we all need support every now and then, but be careful not to always be the one supporting everyone else and never being supported. See? This is somebody who might be trying to come in to confuse you, collective. Still, because they're in devil energy. And they're going through some hard times right now. Remember, we saw the Five of Pentacles. They want you to give in the Six of Pentacles energy. They need you to give to them. Even if they got to come in with an illusion. See? Conqueror energy. Today, you are a conqueror. You are able to overcome anything life throws at you. Let's do this. Collective, you already on your chariot. You've already moved past this person. And Spirit is saying that they're protecting you from this person. This person can want a passionate new beginning all they want. But the divine is here. The Most High is here. And they're protecting you because you are somebody of high honor. I picked this up by mistake. But even that card being in the deck as I'm shuffling, you know, is Spirit saying things are being balanced. Justice is being served and things are being balanced. Balanced out in your favor. Because these are people that were doing death magic on you. All right, Spirit, I'll take it. Love yourself. These are people who were doing death magic on you because you love yourself. Spirit said, keep loving on yourself. And I order to love someone else. Wait. Okay, these are some typos, but it looks like it says, in order to love someone else, you must first love yourself. And that's what you did, collective. You poured back into you. You cut ties. You closed the chapter. You walked away on this chariot because you love yourself. You love yourself more than dealing with someone that you know has someone else in the background. Continue to be honest with yourself about that truth. You know the truth of the matter. This is somebody who's with someone else. Still in love with you. Wow. Spirit gave us a little handful here. Closing message. This is somebody who's desperate. They're acting out of desperation because they know you represent security. Remember, we saw the bag secured. This is somebody who's going to be going through all kind of challenges in their life. And one of those challenges is not being able to get back in this door that has this big old lock on it. Right, collective? Yeah. Because the gate is locked. Never do anything out of desperation, because in doing so, you may never regain your dignity or your reputation. Y'all see? Here they go. acting out of desperation in this Knight of Swords. But Spirit is still protecting you from this person. Okay, collective? That wants to act out of desperation. The door is locked. The gate is locked. This card says, be careful not to be drawn into false sense of security. Security begins only when trust has been established. And the challenge card says, are you up to the challenge? Just because things look hard or impossible doesn't mean they cannot be they cannot be conquered or overcome. You got this. So, this is somebody who may feel like they're up for a challenge to try to get back into your energy, but they're going to be in for a rude awakening, collective, when they come to your door and they see this big old lock on the outside of it. Collective, I'm going to leave it there. Wait. Before I go, let me just see what's at the bottom of the deck. Be yourself. Be yourself. Everyone else is taken. You deserve the best. Know your worth. Wow. Everyone else is taken, huh? Does that mean this person who's trying to come back in out of desperation, they still taken? They're still with somebody? You already know that, High Priestess. Which is why I really think that you just might be getting a new love. And this past person, unfortunately, missed this opportunity. Okay, collective. I'm going to leave it there. Much love and light. And until the next time, namaste.